posteriori reasoning requires experience. A posteriori arguments, a posteriori justifications, and a posteriori belief all somehow depend on your observations, seeing something, thinking about something after you've experienced it in some way. Let's have an example. Let's try a modus ponens, filling in the P and Q with the idea that somebody cheated and somebody should fail. When we have this argument that if somebody cheated, then they should fail, and the premise 2 is that Sam cheated, your conclusion would necessarily be that Sam should fail. It's a valid argument because it's modus ponens, so if the premises are true, then the conclusion will necessarily be true. But how do we figure out if premise 2 is true? Whether or not Sam cheated is not something we can verify without looking to the world, just by looking to our reason. And so it's not a priori, but it's an a posteriori justification or proposition, making this whole argument depend on a posteriori thinking. So establishing premise 2 requires that we look to the world and verify the facts by experiencing, just like if you wanted to figure out whether or not you should take an umbrella, and you thought, well, if it's raining, I'll take an umbrella, you won't be able to figure out if it's raining without looking to the world and verifying by experience. To know whether or not it's raining, we need to know something about how things are. Not the way things should be, not the way things could be, but instead how the way things are in reality. When we want to check with reality, that means reasoning a posteriori, reasoning after experience, thinking about something after you've collected some kind of data. So when we were talking about a priori reasoning, we said things like you can close your eyes to the world and know how to think about things. But it's not about closing your eyes. You might say, I'll know if it's raining even if I were blind. I can hear the rain. It's not about visual perception. It's about perception in general. What you hear, what you see, what you touch, what you smell, what you're told, what you read, all of these are experiences. It's sense data. It's data that you're sensing. If you're thinking about something based on your senses, any of them or any combination of them, then you're reasoning a posteriori.